Yo, I forgot I was gonna have to say hello there, and I just kind of hung out. I haven't played for a moment in real time, but in release time, this is all on schedule, which is fine. That's how it should be. That's the whole point of scheduling videos. Like you have to be an adult and work a whole bunch. You can still appear to have a reliable cadence, even when in reality, nothing is reliable. Everything is the void. We're seeking towards entropy endlessly. Joy. No, I'm actually in a pretty decent mood, despite that eerie sort of opening. I think really though, today it's not gonna be the funnest of days. And I say that because it's a cleanup day. So I'm gonna go ahead and deal with capturing a Wraithian. And as before, our biggest thing right now is not dying, but not killing it. Because we strong. We be very strong. And yeah, the risks in that is that we go overboard. We go too hard. You know? It's like playing with a toddler and you're used to, you know, playing with someone your age, and you throw them across the room, and you're like, ah, shit, I had good intentions, but now I have gotten in trouble and proven myself a waste of time. No, I've never had that interaction. I really haven't spent much time around children. Like, you know how some people, they grow up, and they have these, like, growing families, so, like, maybe they have younger siblings, like, a bunch of them, and then they have, like, aunts and uncles, and those people are having kids, and there's kind of like this web of people. I think it's called a family or something, but like distinct from like the family I had, where I think a lot of the people were older and we were kind of like the latest branch on a pretty well established tree, and because of that, we kind of got to be, me and my brother got to be like the kids, I think, when we went places or when people visited us. And a lot of like our cousins were older than us, I think. Now it's kind of changed where like the few people that were ahead of us, now they're having kids. So not my aunts and uncles, but like I don't know family relations really well. Like my cousins are having kids, and whatever those kids are to me are now younger than me, so like they're the kids of the family. But I'm not really all that connected to my family, especially the kids. I'm really awkward around children, and it's probably because of what I'm talking about. I didn't grow up around them. I didn't like being a kid, so it was, you know, I have no actual experience with some young person handing me a fake telephone and me having to like pretend that's interesting and like answer it. Like that's not been in my world, this entertaining youth thing. And because of that, you know, I'm definitely the worst person to have around like young people, because I really don't understand. And I'm not like, here's the thing too, like I didn't have a kids table growing up, as an example. There was no big differentiation between the young people and the old people, even in regards to things like chores or like privileges and stuff like that. Like everyone in my households, now I'm not gonna lie, you know, being a kid, you never do as much as your parents. I'm not gonna pretend I did. Obviously, I didn't work into bills. I didn't do a lot of the cleaning, maintenance, and stuff like that. But within reason, you try to everyone like contribute what is a what's fair for you to contribute given where you're at. Like you're not expecting a kid to pay rent or something. And I think even like, you know, this is something I'm still dealing with as an adult. Is like you have to teach kids how to do mundane stuff too, right? Like you think, oh, you know, I have to teach them how to do calculus, but how to clean a countertop is obvious, and it's not. Even that is a learned behavior. Everything is a learned behavior. So you know, you gotta consider what is a reasonable contribution for somebody who's starting at zero, right? It's like if you and your partner make different amounts of money, is it really all that fair for you to both pay the same amount of rent? Probably not, right? Okay, here's what we're talking about. Don't you touch them. Oh. I've never really used that before, so that's kind of funny. Come on, I want to do this first time. I want you to fly away. We're gonna chase you. I'm gonna put down this trap, and we're gonna keep you in there. And if my allies kill you in the trap, I will be frustrated. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I think sometimes when I talk about like having not grown up around young people, people will think like, oh, are you an only child? And no, I'm not. Like, I have a younger brother, but he's never really, and this is, a compliment to him, he's never felt younger. Like, he obviously was, but we both kind of had to go through this mutual level of trauma with like the loss of people, the loss of my dad, abuse and addiction, and all this really fun stuff. I hope this is lined up enough, because if not, I am screwed. Yes. Life is good. So because of that, like, I always kind of viewed my brother as pretty equal to me. Like, we had one fight grown up ever, really. And otherwise, we just, like, would play games together or do our own things, right? So it wasn't like I was some dramatically older sibling looking after someone who was, like, 3. That was never the dynamic. We were only a few years apart, and we were both, like, in school at the same time. So, yeah, there's really no childhood experiences there, or experiences with children in my childhood. What can you do, though? Talk about it for a bunch of minutes because you made a joke about accidentally playing too hard? Like, I think this is really, like, the core of being a writer, is a lot of people, and this maybe even sounds rude or overly judgmental. It's not my intention, it's just my opinion. I think a lot of people want to write because they like the idea of stories, or, maybe it's like some ego intellectual thing. And I'm not saying there's probably tons of right reasons to write, but the reason that motivates me and the reason that I like in other people is when they can approach the tiniest thing and they're compelled to try and make it interesting and explain it and break it down and look at it from a unique perspective. Like, there's a lot of books that are technically really well done, but just bore the heck out of me because I really, like, the perspective on the story doesn't do anything for me. I'm reading this book right now, and while I like it, it wasn't until like page 150 or something when I actually started to enjoy it. And it was because there's a lot of setup, and this is a book that deals with like multiple time scales. So somebody might be like in real time, somebody might be in half real time, somebody might be in 1/64th of real time, and their perception of reality is altered as a result. And then, there's a lot of setup, there's a lot of politics, there's a lot of things happening. And it isn't until, like, one of the characters cracks a joke, like, oh, this alien isn't gonna fucking listen to me, god damn it. He's just gonna get distracted with this dumb, ridiculous nonsense. And I was like, oh, this main character is interesting. Like, because up until that point, I hadn't really, like, got the texture of the story. It was just kind of like, things happening and information occurring, and now I'm learning things, and here are some names, but I didn't like really understand how I was supposed to put all that information together to do something with it. And I'm mad at just turning off my brain and sitting there with the story. Like, I like something that is actively asking me questions and then letting me answer them as I'm reading. I don't like having to just like sit and wait and figure out what I'm supposed to stare at. Okay, so this is our first egg quest in 3 Ultimate. I try and avoid these as much as I possibly can, but probably can't in this opportunity. That's fine. No. Oh God. Jeez. Now, you know what is actually a really good question? I have no idea where wyvern eggs are on this map. Here's the thing. I'm generally averse to any type of gathering quest at any point in time because I'm lazy. You know, for the most part, hunting quests, you get later game gear, you go in, you smack things real hard. Now you know you can smack them harder because you have better gear. You can't gather an egg any harder than you're already gathering it. It's in your arms, and that's gathering the egg. I recognize that there are items that you can get. There are methods of resolving what I'm talking about. Still, man. Still. This is like what I think is the most likely place to get wyvern eggs. If it was herbivore eggs, I'd be like, oh, it's somewhere else. But yeah, this is clearly it. So we're now going to go through the process of like, you know, if you've read any of the Marvel comics, that Spider-Man tends to have a nervous tick when he's talking to his enemies, and he'll just be slugging around like, what are you doing? Is that your real face? Why'd you do that? Why didn't you just start a sitcom instead? You could have made much more killings as a comedian, or open up a plumbing business with these powers. Why are you rapping banks? You could have a, you know, he does more convincing and interesting versions of that type of thing. Oh gosh. That is where my brain goes when I have to do egg quests. I cease to exist in a normal sense. I enter, oh god, what is it? It's in, the Name of the Wind. It's, Buddy has, like, I don't want to ruin the story for anyone, so I'll very briefly reference the fact that the main character has, like, frames of mind that he can, like, mental states that he can embrace, and they help him approach certain abstract concepts. So say like if you had to split your focus between multiple concepts and then hold them all simultaneously while taking another action or something, one of them, and gosh, I can't remember the proper name for it, but it's like a state where you're intended just to flow through things. Like imagine a blade of grass flowing along a breeze, never hitting anything, being perfectly manipulated by what's around it and the needs of not touching anything. And that's the state you kind of have to enter doing a gathering quest with eggs. Nothing can touch you. I am a blade, a leaf on the wind. You start talking like that, though, and you will get hit, a la Serenity. Oh, no, hey, here's a racing. Part of me, like, would be humorously appeased with just destroying it. Because this is low rank, right? Nah, we can just do it. Because before I was trying not to kill it. If we're actually trying. Make our egg gathering quest that much easier, because I hate having to dodge a big old wyvern while I'm holding eggs. And this is true in real life too. Any point in time, if I'm carrying eggs home, I do not want to be chased by a dragon. This may seem like obvious information, but you never know when it's important to just state the obvious. Put it out there. Make sure the universe knows. You know, if you've ever heard of the concept of the call of the void, it's like you're driving down a really like aggressive highway or, you know, straightaway, But your brain is like, if you turn sideways, you could kill yourself right now, or everybody in this vehicle. You could turn the whole car over, or whatever. It's just like some horrible, like, awful thought, right? And this happens all the time. Like, you're holding a fork, and you're like, I could stick this in a socket right now. The reason that, like, at least I believe, and I understand their psychology for the reason these things happen, is so that you can, like, point at it and say, don't do that, right? It's like defining an option so that you can say no to it, because you can't just say no, don't do anything, or don't do nothing. That doesn't make sense, right? But if you go, don't do this awful thing, then you won't. Or you can at least opt to point at it and go, okay, I'm gonna make a decision about this. Same thing is true for whatever the heck made me want to start talking about that, but I can't remember it now. Something to do with fighting this ray gun, I think. Awesome, great, all right, love it. Let's go. Josh, can you play heavier D right now, bud? I just want you to, you know, take care of these. All right, thanks. All right. Do I have... Oh, I do. I do have ration. I could call them rations, you know? Extrapolate from incomplete information. No. I will have multiple ration. Thank you. Actually, it's something I imagine they fixed in the Silent Hill 2 remake. But I always like health drink. Good old health drink. Sometimes I think my health and stamina is not maxed out in this game, but it's just because this game actually scales to a somewhat modern resolution. You know, 1080p is still pretty dominant, so yeah, it's nice to do that. But when you're playing like the PSP games, especially if you're upscaling them, it might like take up your whole screen. Oh, I couldn't run as far to the right as I thought I could. Cool. Cats are cats. Good. I always like when cats are cats. I haven't had a cat in many years. I have a dog right now. He's great. He's about 1.5 years old corgi. He's my first dog ever. And I would probably go to jail if anything ever happened to him. And like if someone hurt him, I wouldn't just like go to jail if, you know, natural causes. I don't think so. Got really drunk and sad, but I don't think anything bad would happen. But if someone hurt him, yeah, like John Wick just becomes a documentary. Like I so understand that deep love of dogs now. And I say that as someone who loved animals before. Like I would fall in love with friends' pets, right? And even then, like this is just, it's just such a different thing. Having them in my life since he was a little pupper, taking care of him, being through them, all these different phases, all this growth. It's been fun. It's been a really rewarding thing, but the love of dog is, it's a whole other beast compared to like a cat. Even though I love cats, they are like kind of sentient furniture in comparison to dogs, just because of like the difference in how much engagement is involved. There we go. Cool, well, that wasn't too bad. I'm gonna have to do other ones, I imagine, that are worse. But, that was the last of what, rank 4? Low rank? So, progress is, you know, it is progress. Cool. We will put some stuff away. That's fine. Okay, so we're pretty well complete from that perspective now. We have one more check mark allotted to us. What do we have to do here? We literally have only one thing left to do, and it's to capture Naragan. That is pretty great as cleanup quests that I don't want to do go. You know? Because there's tons of things that I don't really want to do. I'm a pretty lazy guy, if I'm being honest with you. Like, lazy in the sense that, I don't know, I feel that term has probably been misaligned. I like just enjoying myself. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize I could so easily switch between targets. Yeah, well. Like, I'm hardworking and I'll apply myself and I can absolutely focus on things, but I don't like to just throw away my time. And I like downtime. I like time where you get to do nothing. Those things are undervalued, I think, in society. Ugh. Especially as well when you get into some like more conceptual kind of like projects and things you have to approach, right? Like I've done work related to software and then creative writing, script writing, directing. I've done a bunch of different things like that, and it's really always fun to do. It's rewarding to do. But there's a misunderstanding about how stuff gets done. Like, is it a lot of time spend in front of whatever you write with, just doing it, putting it into the paper, figuring out, doing the hard work, doing the problem solving, doing the narrative work, or the creative work? Absolutely. Sometimes, though, you can force yourself too hard. You can push when you don't need to push. You can fill a blank with something that's not as good as it could be. Or you can just frustrate yourself when you need time to process. And it's okay to, like, get out. Or take some time to chew on an idea. Or physically walk away and talk about it. Or not talk about it. And just think about it. Your brain will keep on kind of, like, buffering in the background. So the idea that we always need to be on attentive and doing these like long kind of insane stretches of nothing but work, while there's a place for that in the world, I don't think it's a realistic concept, and it's not a good standard to hold ourselves to, is the idea of how anything gets done. Now, unfortunately, that's sometimes it's a skill that we manage because, you know, we're in positions like jobs where you're not really measured on direct output. You're measured on how much output it looks like you're producing. And even if metrics are in place, you know, that visual, that optic weighs heavily. So you get used to professionally kind of like letting things take longer or having an approach that just supports maintaining your income. You know, and it makes sense. I'm not begrudging that. I guess I have a very perfect worldview. But I would say, you know, the best work comes from letting it naturally develop, even if it's on a schedule, right? Like, I'm not saying you can't write every single day, but set that schedule, set that word count, do whatever, and then when you hit it, let yourself walk away. Don't always be trying to go under 10%. Because it's just like, it just burns things out. And then a burnt thing doesn't produce anything worthwhile. Unless you're making a s'more, and even then, most people don't want the burnt one. They want the well toasted one. Yeah, now again, I have to remind myself, emotionally remind myself, don't go for murder. This is not an all the way hunt. This is a 75% of the way, I think, is accurate. Oh god. Yeah, I'm recording this like a fair amount of time after Gamescom 2024, and it looks like a solid future for some games right now. I'm excited for a bunch of titles. I mean, obviously Monster Hunter Wilds is looking phenomenal. It looks like it's gonna blow up some people's computers. But it looks great. And I'm excited to see where that goes. That being said, I've been thinking about it like, am I going to play Wilds on this channel? And the question is, I don't know. Maybe like when I chronologically get there, but I don't think I'm going to artificially rush myself. I'm going to play it solo whenever the heck it comes out. And I really should go and finish Sunbreak, because I just haven't, and that's embarrassing. It's kind of like fell out for some reason. And for no real good reason. I liked the game. I really did. I think it was like playing it on the Switch, maybe. Like, as much as I like the Switch, it felt a little bit, well, okay, credit where credit is due. It ran really well for what it was. But, I don't know. I don't know why I fell out. Honestly, I can't explain this. Someone who's playing Monster Hunter right now who loves it. Who's played an obnoxious amount of World. Maybe I just had too much at the time. Either way, it'll happen. Maybe I'll do it as my playthrough on this channel. My excuse to go through everything. Because the thing is with World is like, World is a really good game, but it is not difficult. At least by like vintage Monster Hunter standards. And me coming in right now with having played a lot of old school Monster Hunter, I'm going to be devastating stuff. To the point where I'm really going to have to watch out. Just to see how it goes. Because I remember when I first got back to World, I'd been playing a lot of this actually. Or Portable Third as well. And then I got to play World. And I was just devastating. Like really brutalizing things. And I think actually after playing a bunch of World, I kind of felt myself soften a little bit. Oh, here we go. I'm just gonna let him go in there and see if he can like take a nap or something. Actually, no, because he's gonna go up and... Yeah, we don't want him to actually get away. Okay. Middle of the space. Come here, bud. Come here. To me. Oh, that's perfect. That is just a great pace. Oh, no, 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 no. Sir. Sir. Gamba, if you kill him an inch from the thing, we are going to have a discussion. There we go. Beautiful. That's a lot of quests in so far, and we're only about like halfway. Heck yeah. Cleanup is going well. And that was the last low rank quest. So now we're kind of like back in safer, it's harder to overkill things territory. Not perfect, but we're getting there. At some point, I'm gonna sell these things. Oh, when? Chef's Guard, Chief's Garb Award. Chief, you gave me something? I imagine it's just for clearing all the rank quests. Cool. Let's look. Is it here? No. The chums. Okay. Yeah, 141 quests only with Great Sword, as it should be. Nice, yeah. God, isn't there so much to do in this game, eh? You can kind of see how many things I fought. Great Jaggy, 11 is the current highest. 15 Rathlos. Probably not going to be anything more than that. Yeah. Goldbeard Cadius. We haven't even encountered that. Oh, look at this. That's funny. It won't tell you the endgame monster, but you can just find its name here, Latreon. That's hilarious. I think and this is again really one of the reasons I haven't done G rank. I recognize that there are a few more variants in here than we see, but still, right? Like, it's a lot of duplicates, so definitely a tough time. All right, what's next? All done. Great. What do we have left to finish over here? Wow, it's a lot of stuff done. Deliver 3 Gargwa eggs. What feels run like? I don't know. Let's see what this does. Cool. All right, Gargwa eggs. These are Gargwa. Where be your eggs? Oh, hey. All right. I don't really understand the series of events that allowed for me to get this egg. That's the only thing I'm worried about right now, is like, to get them to pop one on out, it's like some secret Konami code of things that I just happen to luck into. If it's just a matter of smacking them, we got this. I can smack a bird all day long. Oh yeah, I remember how these mountains just are not happy. All right, here's one Gargwa egg. I will be taking a map. Can you relax? Silly things. All right, there were Gargwa here. Now there aren't Gargwa here. Gargwa. It's just kind of a fun word to say. Have you ever been called a fun word to say? I haven't. My name's Josh. It's not very fun. Josh was. It was less fun. Joshua is like a biblical name, but I don't really know much about the Bible at all. It's not even like an edgy thing to say. I literally don't know much about it. I didn't grow up religiously. Nice. This is just bash a guard. Oh, hey, hey, hey. I am here to take your egg. Thank you. Whatever the secret recipe is for these eggs, I'm doing it. Or my dude is doing it. Maybe it's lightning. Do you have to like shock the egg out of them? I don't know. I'm not gonna get too involved, you know? When you're traveling to a foreign land, you arrive there, there's a big bird. Little short green guy shocks it, gets an egg, says you should take it. I'm just gonna take the egg. I'm not saying I condone that way of treating animals, but like this isn't my house. I'm not gonna raise a fuss. That's just not the way to be a good guest. You can complain about when I get home, you know, write a blog post or something, but what am I gonna do in the moment? I don't even speak the language. I don't know where I am. I don't know if the police exist here. I don't know if that's a crime, just because I feel weird about it, you know? More seriously, that's why I can't go to like an open market in countries without really good animal rights, because I would be like, oh, I'm gonna free everything that's in a cage. If it's not already dead and prepared, yeah, problem. If something is like prepared as meat, I'm not gonna say you have to throw it out. It's dead. It is what it is. It's not comfortable. You know, it shouldn't be dead if it's something that doesn't need to be meat. But if it is, you know, keep in stock, refrigerate it. That's calories. If something's alive, though, if it still is like retaining its soul, you know, there's a lot of things I don't really think need to be killed. I don't even really like killing the things we have to kill now for meat. I love a breakfast sandwich with sausage in the morning. I don't know if I want to go without beef or pork. I'm not a fan of the conditions that beef or pork comes from. I don't like the industrial meat complex, but I think that's the issue with real life, right? Like, if we didn't live in the society we live in now, I'd be happy to chase down one of those animals and spear it or something, right? I only feel bad about it because I'm lording over it in my overly existential position. The universe doesn't really look down on that as much as our moralizing may think it should. The universe is just kind of a brutal thing. I try to make peace with that when I recognize that I eat meat, but I don't like eating meat. When I chew on that, literally and metaphorically. Cool. Oh, okay. You got something to say there, bud? What's up? No, okay. You got a mask idea. Great. Cool. Okay. Let's put away some stuff. Haven't really needed to do that, but it's an instinct, so what can you do? Okay, what's next? So, okay, great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All done. All right, we got a little bit more here in 7. Hunt a Giganox and a baleful Giganox. Okay, that seems like a reasonable end point. I can probably do that within the time I have. Let's give it a go. Cool. All right, let's see how it goes, right? Baleful Giganox, regular Giganox. It's not really the end of the world, given we have higher rank stuff. Double Hunt is gonna reduce their health. So all in all, I'm hoping for 20-25 minutes total on this one. Let's see what we can make happen. Before I even... Oh, didn't need that, but whatever. Let's just Psycho Serum. Is it 5? Okay, we got 5, and we have 7. This looks like our regular ones, so we're gonna start off with vanilla and then go to like pineapple, I guess. Baleful looks more like. I don't know who's eating pineapple ice cream. I think the acidity isn't great for maintaining anything. Oh, not something I want to be around, but it's okay. Oh, nice. Darn. Yeah, I just got an invite to Deadlock. So after this is probably when I'm going to go try out. I'm not really a multiplayer guy. Like, I like a good multiplayer game if the poll has like a kind of a universal enough appeal that somebody who's not hyper competitive like me can still have a fun time. But most of the time, especially nowadays, since esports have gotten like really big, the competitive streak and angle of a lot of the games is just not to me, not to my taste. It's not like I don't want other people to enjoy it. I'll be it to them, but I don't get much out of it. Ooh. Okay, great. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Okay. Let's get away then. I don't know where the baleful is, but I imagine it's just hanging out somewhere. Nope, waste of items, but that's okay, I guess. It's only a potion. Oh no, not what I wanted. Yeah, but while I'm not a competitive person, Deadlock seems a little bit fun. I played around some bots, get a sense of it. I played League of Legends, like, early in League of Legends history. I was not good. I wouldn't claim I was good. I played with people who are much better than me. I had fun playing with people early in League of Legends, like, history. And I like the structure of the game. Like, it was fun to play a match of something, win or lose, see how it went, compete with some people. When I play Final Fantasy XIV, I really like kind of like being on the same side as everyone when you're playing a lot of multiplayer content, like raids and dungeons and whatever. But I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna see if, you know, I haven't played a MOBA in a long time, and it might just be a fun time. I am very excited in Marvel Rivals as well. I'm a big Marvel fanboy, always have been. Not just like movie fanboy, but I'm a comic reading dork. And I want more of that. I want to see, you know, these characters in a fun way like that. It's fun for me. Hey, there's the other one. Who's gonna hit? Yeah. I'm at very little risk right now because I'm not getting hit. Oh, the other one retreated. Okay. Back to where we came from, I guess. Oh, wow, that was quick. Like, honestly, here I was prepared for a little bit more engaged of a battle, but all right, you know, I'll take it. And then we know that the other one is just basically over here. Can't move too much. I mean, that sucks, but whatever. Such an aggressive red. My only hope was distracting it from doing it in the first place, or getting out. But the thing is because of my high defense, even taking hits is pretty fine right now. It's okay. But same thing. It is what it is. Take poop right in your mouth. Not a great sentence. But that is exactly what I just did. So it is undeniable that it is an effective strategy. Where are we going? We going to 4? Yeah, you're a 4 fan? Alright, let's go to 4. I wish I had earplugs. Oh, bad position for me, but it's okay. We got jumped on? Yeah. Kind of more humorous than anything. It doesn't even bug me. That's how you know you play too much Monster Hunter. It doesn't even bother you anymore. Now, should I be playing more defensive and not be willing to take as many hits as I do? Yeah. Of course. I'm just... it's like it's fine. It'll all work out. That head is pretty impenetrable, but I felt like it was worth a few smacks anyways. Okay, cool, great. Oh, okay, well, we might as well sharpen, I guess. Just know how long the other one took. This one, yeah, it might be closer than I'm thinking, right? Like, that's cool. I don't have anything to trap it with, but it could be trapped. Now, is he gonna touch down here, or is he gonna go out through this exit? Nice. Purple underbelly. Beautiful. Well, that's a pretty good one then. Oh, good timing too. I got a little sleepy at the end there. Oh. You know how it is, work full day and then you still to be a human adult afterwards. Ugh, it's the worst. But it's all coming together. And yeah, I might as well wake up if I'm gonna go try that deadlock game, but I don't want to be sleeping in lane and everyone's gotten mad at me. Geez, and today's reset day in Final Fantasy 14 too. I have a lot of like work to do. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. All right, well, folks, that is a few ranks complete and progress made in high rank completion. I'll save here and see you around next time. Thanks for watching Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Bye.